With Doris Burke, Greg Anthony, and Hall of Famer David Aldridge, I'm Kevin Harlan. And our special guest at the broadcast table for this one, the celebrated Shams Charania. Hey, Shams, thanks so much for joining us tonight. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Kevin, thanks so much. Always fun to hang out with you and all your crew and talk basketball.
All right, I've told Doris and Greg and David, just buckle up because we are going to be on a great ride with you. And it's still early in the year, but already some trends developing as we check out the new power rankings. They're obviously disappointed with how things are going. Momentum working right now against them.
Check it out, Charlotte, man. They were obviously hoping to start out better. Still, too soon to panic. But lately they've had very little luck and seem to be trending in the wrong direction.
Here are the 5 for the Raptors. Jackson is out there with Speedy, and it's Mr. Clutch. Then it's Q, and it's Ahhhhhhhhulloahh in at the small forward. And for the Hornets, the guard spots filled in by Ball and Miller. Josh Green is out there with Bridges, and it's Williams at the 5. It'll be the Raptors off the tip. Here's Speedy. He's covered by Ball. Here's Ahhhhhhhulloahh. Misses the 3. Miller outside. Pass the ball. Back to Miller. Out left to the wing. Just 5 to shoot. Ball, the pass to Bridges. And he comes up with the deuce.
Oh, it's exactly what you want to see from Miles Bridges. Assert himself, use that frame to convert through contact.
Here's Ahhhhhhhulloahh to the wing on the left. Pass to Mr. Clutch. On the wing, Jackson. No good from outside.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
And you look at the way the league is moving now, Shams, are there less big trades than when you started or more?
Perhaps a little bit less, but listen, the league is trying to keep parity in this league and allow teams to be able to keep their homegrown stars. There's always going to be plenty of interest, and that level of interest, not only from players from competing teams, but fans' interest, it's never been higher.
And there's never any hesitancy, right? If a team feels they can get better for whatever reason and however they do it, I don't think there's any hesitancy to pulling the trigger.
Particularly when you're on the cusp of potentially winning a championship or competing, whether it's competing for the playoffs, competing for a title. If you can make one move that takes you from point A to point B, teams and general managers want to do it.
Well said. Toronto, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Here's Q.
Oh! My goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
Oh, nasty. This building is stunned. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there. Nice angle on that replay with the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. And the Hornets with possession here. It's a 3-point game. Well, the latest CBA introducing the second apron, limiting, Shams, what teams above the cap can do. How does that new rule affect teams?
Decision makers tell me that they're very much keeping an eye on the second apron, not only of their team, but others, and teams that will have to shed salary because of the second apron and the amount of big contracts we're going to see teams give to players. You're going to see it at the top, but that may dwindle in the middle of their roster. But we will see a more competitive league because of these new CBA changes and less of a chance of super teams and just more parity and dispersed talent.
Do you constantly read over some of these CBA agreements? I would assume that you do, to have a full understanding of terms like the apron, like we just talked about, or all the other things, the luxury tax, all the things that make deals possible.
It's one thing to have luxury tax. It's a whole nother animal now to have the second apron, and that certainly for teams that are deep in the second apron, that limits their ability to go make major trades, to be able to sign players for more than the minimum, and we're seeing that happen to at least 1 or 2 teams around the league right now. So how will that impact things? But certainly the CBA being 50, 60, 70 pages, that's something you pour through before every calendar year.
It is just fascinating. Grant Williams is checked in for Miles Bridges. You know, Shams, I don't know how many kids grow up thinking they're going to be an NBA insider. But clearly that is something that you probably thought about at one time or another. Did you think that was going to be your path?
Kevin, I knew at the age of 16 years old what I wanted to do.
Wow.
And this path, I wanted to take an insider for the NBA because I loved playing basketball, I loved writing, and I had a genuine passion for transactions, for the behind-the-scenes stories. So to be able to tell that story to the fans, I feel like I am one of the fans. That's why I feel like I can relate to the fans. And so that's what inspired me mostly to take this career path that I've taken.
You're so connected. It is a pleasure reading you and hearing you.
Kevin, appreciate you so much. And just know the stories will keep coming.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, the new leadership in Charlotte has made it clear that it's not going in for quick fixes. The goal is sustained success, building with youth and development. Call it roster flexibility or a blank slate. But with some promising young players and more health, there's nowhere to go but up. Kevin?
Health is huge. That's the hope. Hey, David, thank you. Now here's Jackson. Pass to Bowler. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And here is Green. Back to Miller. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. Ball with it. Lock at 6. Shots good by Miller.
And nice mechanics from Miller there. Ready to fire as that pass is coming.
Raptors leading by 5. Outside Jackson. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
Well, you get exactly what you want right there. Clean look, right at the cup. Nicely done.
Charlotte has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Pass to Miller. On the money from 12 feet away. Miller's got 5.
And he loves that area. Miller can cause a lot of headaches for a defense with his ability from the mid-range.
Here's Baller. Got it up. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Raptors lead by 5. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. Taking a look here at the Raptors' performance here, guys. What have they been doing or not doing, in your opinion?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
Yeah, I think they wanted to come out of the gate strong, and they have. They've taken the early lead here.
And so it's Smith with it. He'll bring it up for the Hornets, trailing by 5. So, Shams, when the league brought in that 65-game played rule, it sure seemed to motivate players to suit up.
Those awards aren't just about prestige, Kevin. They're about cold, hard cash. And every summer, we're going to see records set for the biggest contract in NBA history. Every summer that goes by, and that certainly has an effect on players wanting to play and players being in the lineup. Now with the 65 games played rule, there is an incentive for all NBA teams and different accolades.
Yes, well said. So for Toronto right now, we've got Mr. Clutch. The natural out there is Speedy. Then it's Q. And it's Abaji in at the 3 spot. To the paint. Here's Q. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
There is an imagination, a creativity. This guy's passing drives the offense.
Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. Here's Nurkic. The rebound by Q. Last game for the Charlotte Hornets, it was a loss to the Heat. Hey, Sean, for the past decade that you've been a major player in the NBA, it's been LeBron's league, it's been Curry's league. Who else is going to take over this league, you think, coming up around the corner?
Given the NBA Finals we just had, have to throw in Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and Luka Doncic into the fold as far as faces of the NBA. But Nikola Jokic is so good. He will be one of the guys for a while. Giannis Antetokounmpo, you have to mention him as well. But ultimately, you have to also keep an eye on Victor Wembanyama, the way that Victor Wembanyama could take over the league. And already, so early, was so special. Victor Wembanyama is someone to keep an eye on.
Okay, they've just passed a note down to me, our gang here. What about Anthony Edwards at Minnesota? He's another one, right? Young American player who is really making an impact. Anthony
Edwards, Devin Booker, you have to consider those two as well. And it's special, the crop of young players that we have coming up in this league. One of them is sure to emerge as this generation's, whether you want to call it Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, there will be a face out of this crop.
And we cannot wait. Williams is checked in for Charlotte. Miller comes in for Josh Okogie. And Toronto also making a switch. Jackson's checked in. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. Pass to man. A three. And again, the Hornets missing. Toronto leading by 5. And the league continuing, Shams, to tweak the rules around replay review. But would you set a time limit to maybe tweak it a little bit?
Have to, right? Especially some of these games and the way they're ending. It's something to try. If you can't find a cause to really overturn in a minute or two, let's keep this game moving. I think we all love a free-flowing game.
I agree. Now, here is Smith. Bridges outside. Pick by Williams from outside the arc. Bridges misses. Toronto's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Pass to Q. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time. And now it's an 8-point Raptor lead. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Man with it. He has yet to score. And again, the Hornets missing.
I think he's got to settle down because right now it feels like he's rushing, like he's forcing some shots. This quarter he has been completely bothered.
Here's Speedy. Back to Jackson. Over Smith. No good off the back of the rim. The Hornets have gone only 2 of 7 from the field since the second quarter got underway.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Jackson with the bounce pass. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Pass to Smith. They need this one. Buries it from 3-point range. Smith's got 5 points now this quarter.
Steady from beyond the arc. Smith's improvement from there could really make him a dangerous player.
And Shams, what an absolute delight it has been having you courtside with all of us tonight. Thank you so much for taking time to join us. It has been a true pleasure.
Thanks so much for the invite. I can't wait to do it again sometime. I'm honored. I'm privileged.
Oh, we are going to hold you to that. Thank you again. Always so much fun to have Shams join us. No one with a better pulse on the NBA.
Man, Shams is always the first guy to know about the big moves around the NBA. Love hearing what he has to say.
You must let your dancing shoes at home.
changes for Charlotte. Diabate's checked in, and it's Green in for Smith.
On the court.
And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. He lobs up the alley-oop pass, an emphatic alley-oop jam.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Now, here's ball. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. LaMelo Ball came in like a storm into this NBA, Doris, but hasn't been able to stay healthy since.
It's so true, Kevin, and that's unfortunate because the skill is apparent every time he plays. He's a game changer with his size and his playmaking. The NBA is better off because of the flair and the style he brings when he is healthy.
That's good from Ball. One thing about LaMelo Ball, he can really take over at times, Greg, when he's healthy and playing well.
And a lot of that is just his feel for the game. He processes quickly and then has the talent to execute. It's pretty hard to stop him when he's in the flow.
Charlotte making a switch here. Mann's checked in. Good on both.
One thing that impresses you about LaMelo, the way he reads defenses and makes the game easier for everyone around him.
Here's the natural. Still without a basket. Pass to Jackson. To the inside. Down to 5 on the shot clock.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Now here's Williams. He had 15 points last outing. Here's the quick. Pass to Jackson. To the middle. Here's the quick. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
1 shot.
There's 14 seconds left here in the second. Ball against Jackson from down low. Ball no good. And so it's the Toronto Raptors with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. Their defense has been active and effective. We've got more in store for you right after this.
Direct your attention to center court. Drums, please. And thinking about the shot. Oh, sorry. One more time. A round of applause.
Hey, folks. Thanks for joining us. It would be an understatement to say it's been a great half for the Toronto Raptors.
A key part of this one, their bench production. Those guys can heat it up in a hurry. Give the starters a little rest. Can't ask for more than that.
Wash, rinse, repeat. You guys wouldn't understand that because it involves shampooing. And now, moving on, a look at the players of the week deserving of the recognition. For the West, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Little love going to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Just another big-time talent hailing from Canada. Has great length for his position. Creates matchup nightmares the way I did, the way Kitty sometimes did. Not really, I just said that to make him look good.
And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game's about to resume.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. What can you say? Q, an impressive effort here today.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
Analytics or the eye test? The optics or the numbers in front, Greg? When you're judging the performance of a player, what kind of criteria do you use?
Well, an MVP candidate recently said, my eye test tells me this guy's a terrible defender, but the analytics tell me he's a great defender. I'm confused, and I often feel the same way.
The guard spots filled in by Ball and Miller. Miles Bridges is out there with Josh Green. And it's Williams at the center position. So that's the lineup for Charlotte. Speedy, no good. Hornets trail by 10. Ball feeling it out a bit. It doesn't go for him. Pass to Abaji. Here's Q. Shoots the 3. Missed for the first time this game. He's 5 for 6. Here's Miller. Toronto grabs the miss.
And they start the second half with 3 straight misses.
Miller against Jackson. Down low. Speedy, no good.
And it's just one of those days, guys. He has just struggled to shoot the basketball.
Green kicks the ball. Charlotte moving the ball around. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
And buckets like that have been hard to come by. Not the most exciting game. Both sides look way off in terms of their shooting.
Well, you have to appreciate the defensive battle for sure. Both squads struggling on the offensive end. We call this grit and grind. Not a terrific start here in the second half. 4 attempts, nothing to show for it.
Bridges shot, good.
I'll tell you, if you're Miles Bridges, you take the easy shots inside when you get them.
When you look at the game of Mark Williams, Doris, what impresses you the most?
Well, probably his size and athleticism. That combination makes him an immediate fit. He understands which shots to take on the offensive end, seems to have a great feel for how to position himself on the defensive end and how to mix it up on the glass.
And the timeout called by Darko Rojakovic. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys.
Taking a look at some stats for LaMelo Ball. Last season, he played outstanding. He averaged about 24 points a game last year, 8 assists, and 5 rebounds. And he paced the whole team in points per game last season.
Well, his teammates understood that he was their best option, and understandably, they got him the rock.
here are the Raptors now, searching for that first bucket here in the third.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
Now, here is Miller. 5 points in the game. Here's Williams. And a great assist by Miller as that one goes in. And now it's just a 4-point Raptor lead. The Raptors have gone 0 of 5 to the start of the second quarter. Extremely cold shooting coming out of the locker room. Pass to Jackson. A 3-ball. They get it back. Here's Abaji. Drills the 3-pointer. And the Raptors lead by 7.
Such a reliable threat from range. You'd think the defense might key on him a little bit more.
And so it's Charles Lee calling timeout. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. Man, he's checked in for the Hornets. Baller, he's checked in for the Raptors. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Bridges finds man. With the drive, that shot misses.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Raptors leading by 7. Looking at the Hornets, Greg, they're still in pursuit of their first trip to the NBA Finals.
And Kevin, I hope it happens soon because their fan base deserves it. They've stuck with this team through some difficult years. It's about time they get rewarded.
And here are the Raptors now, following the miss by Miles Bridges. A nice shot by Q.
You can see it. Once this guy gets his rhythm, he is so hard to slow down. What an excellent night for him and his team.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, Commissioner Silver has been direct. The NBA is hoping for more competitive All-Star games. I've said as much before, but last year's high-scoring All-Star game did precede the league's not-so-subtle move to cut down on foul calls and allow for more defense overall. Are trying to get it right. Kevin?
And it couldn't be a great game without defense, so we like the direction. DA, thank you. Shot clock at 3, and there are the Raptors with another bucket.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
Now, here is Miller. He has 5. That 3 off the mark. Here's Abaji, covered by Miller. Abaji can't get it to go. Hornets trail by 9. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need the basket.
Bridges inside the 3-point line. Offensive rebound, and he gets it to go. Williams has got 8.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Here's Speedy. He's covered by Ball. Here's Speedy. Hits from the high post. And the Raptors lead by 9.
This guy is a pick-your-poison kind of player. Very hard defensively to cover all your bases with him.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Toronto ahead, up by 9. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. On the court for Toronto to start the fourth. We've got Q, Speedy out there with Jackson, and that's Mr. Clutch. And it's Ahhhhhhhhulloahh in at the 3.
Boy, this guy just can't buy a bucket, and yet they have the advantage.
Pass to man. Inside. One-on-one here. Ahhhhhhhulloahh, the pass to Jackson. Jackson is doubled. Here's Ahhhhhhhulloahh. Here's Speedy. Tries again. And out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession.
That almost looked like bad communication. You hate to see that kind of mistake.
Jackson against Smith. Pulls up on the wing. Ahhhhhhulloahh pulls it in. Ahhhhhh's got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight. Speedy the pass to Q. Raptors moving the ball around, and he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Boy, that's a play you just practice time and time again, and that's the result of the work put in.
And timeout is called by Charles Lee. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear, and immediately. The Hornets making a change here. Miller's checked in. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Hey, guys, during the break, listen in with Charles Lee and his team. He was disappointed in the shot selection. He told them, stay patient, run the offense, make the extra pass. We don't have to make up the deficit all at once. We'll see if they start shooting a little better. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Here's man. About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Always going up for the alley-oop here.
Oh, what a pass. And then he lays it in with the circus move.
So smooth. And the timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page.
It's time for basket. If you see yourself with a three, then you know what to do. Show it your move. Let's see what you got.
Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Outside Jackson. Pass to Mr. Clutch. Back to Jackson. Lets it go with a three. Rebound by Nurkic. And so Miller will bring it up for the Hornets. A great fourth quarter. Just giving up 2 points. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Bridges with it. Three-pointer. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Ahhhhhhhh's got his fifth rebound in this one. Shot from 12. And the Raptors miss again. Hornets trail by 9. Pass to Miller. Nurkic setting the pick for Miller. Toronto grabs the miss.
Boy, he really wanted that shot, trying to make the defense pay for leaving him that wide open.
Here's Speedy, covered by Miller. Speedy, the pass to Jackson. Misses from short range. The Hornets have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Miller dishes to Bridges, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Miles Bridges has a frame that allows him to play through contact, and he welcomes and relishes those opportunities.
And so it's Charles Lee calling timeout. He's very aware of the timing here and the significance of getting things squared away with his team. Changes for Charlotte. Mark Williams is checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Josh Green comes in for Smith. And it's ball in for Trey Mann. And that one falls for Bridges.
Guys, what we've come to learn about Miles Bridges is this guy is a force on the offensive end. Whether he's inside or outside, you know he's going to be aggressive trying to put the ball in the basket.
Both free throws good from Bridges.
Well, this guy has multiple ways to get to the free throw line, and boy, has his stroke been on the money.
Here's Speedy. He's covered by Ball. And the basket by Speedy.
And I'll bet his percentage is pretty high from that range.
1:58 left in the game. Now, here's Ball. T right on him. That shot missing. Raptors leading by 9. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And the definition of teamwork right there on that alley-oop.
And Greg, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder. Yeah. Now, here's Ball. The 10-footer. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Speedy's got his 6th rebound on the night. 1:25 left in the 4th quarter of this one. Here's Q. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Excellent D there from Williams. Miller kicks to Ball. And there's the drive. Another shot. The rebound by Q. Toronto, they've gotten only 3 of their 9 field goal attempts to go down since the end of the 3rd. Pretty cold down the stretch.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for the Raptors.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second. Oh, that was a strong dunk.
That is nice. Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
No question. They've gotten hot at exactly the right time. Clutch play on a team level.
Drops in the layup for 2. 35 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Outside Jackson. There's the pick. Pass to Speedy. Offline with his 3. And Greg, it looks like time is going to run out on him here.
Yeah, unless they come up with an absolute miracle.
Miller laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Miller's got it back down to within single digits for the Hornets. And so it's Toronto winning this one. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in. And as we leave you, we give you our player of the game, Q.